welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something kind of different. Instead of me doing like a makeup tutorial or a special effects makeup tutorial, I decided to do an actual talking video, and today we are going to be talking about the Ouija board. And this is what the Ouija board looks like. For those of you who have never seen one, or if you've never heard of one, this is what it looks like. As you can see, this one's licensed by Hasbro. It was $30. That's around how much they cost. But I want to try something different because, I mean, this channel is called Queen of Horror, so I should be doing the whole realm of horror, and this definitely falls into the realm of horror. So I think this is like a new series I want to start and call it like Ouija Talk. But yeah, so in this video I'm going to be talking about the rules of the Ouija board. So let's get started. Okay, so rule number 1 of the Ouija board, I'm going to be doing 7 rules, but rule number 1 is always take the game seriously. So basically when you use a board, you are going to be, the goal is to communicate with the dead with it. So you definitely want to take it seriously, because if you anger the spirits, bad things can happen to you. So I would recommend taking the game seriously. Don't sit there laughing or asking stupid questions about yourself or your life, but instead maybe ask the spirits questions like, are you happy where you are? Like, ask about them. Don't be all about yourself. Don't be selfish. Rule number 2 of the Ouija board is to never play alone. Now, there are multiple reasons as to why you shouldn't play alone. The one reason is because basically as one person, you have to have enough energy. Like, you have to give the spirits like enough energy to move the planchette. This is the planchette. And alone, normally you can't really do it. Like, some people can that have like that sixth sense or a psychic. So alone, it's really hard to like actually move this. But if you do move it and you start seeing things happening, it can scare you a lot more. You might think you're going crazy, whereas if you have that witness, it can calm you down. They can say, I saw it too, you're not crazy. And also, when you do get scared, and it makes you more vulnerable for bad things to happen. Okay, so rule number 3 to me, this is like my number 1 rule. Like, this is the rule I would follow no matter what, and that's always to say goodbye. So as you can see, there is a goodbye on this board, and the number 1 rule I feel is to always say goodbye, because basically when you use this is like a portal from one realm, our realm, to another realm of who knows what. So basically I would recommend always saying goodbye, because pretty much, like, if you don't say goodbye, that's like leaving your front door open. Like, anyone can come in, anyone can come out. So with this, if you don't say goodbye, any spirits can come into this world, and it can come out. And normally, like, when you don't say goodbye, things will come through the board. And even if you go, like, a day later and say goodbye, that doesn't mean they're going to go out. Like, they're in this world. That doesn't mean they're going to go away. They don't want to leave this world. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend saying goodbye. Rule number 4 is to never let the planchette move backwards through the letters of the alphabet. So that's pretty much where it's going, like, 0, 9, like that. Or if it's going like that. Never let the planchette do that, and the reason for it is because when it starts to move backwards through the numbers of the alphabet, that's basically a spirit, or like an evil spirit, trying to get out of the board, because when it does that, it's trying to conjure up power to get out of the board. Also, don't let the planchette go off the board. So if this is the board and it goes off, don't let it do that, because that's a way of a spirit trying to escape the board, trying to gain power. Just say goodbye. And if the spirit doesn't say goodbye, just force the planchette to goodbye. So give the spirit a chance to say goodbye, but if you say goodbye and they're like, I'm not going to goodbye, just force it to goodbye. Rule number 5 is to never use the Ouija board in your home. Now, this isn't entirely like one of those rules like, oh, never do this, like this is a no-no. I mean, you can use it in your home, but see, I wouldn't recommend it, because if something comes through the board or like something goes wrong, pretty much it's going to be attached to your house. So like, and it can get attached to the board, but it can get attached to your house, and like weird things can happen. You'll have a spirit in your house. It can be evil. It can be harming you or your family. So just to keep people safe, don't use it in your house. Now, I wouldn't really I just wouldn't recommend using it in someone's house, unless if you use it in someone else's, and make sure they're okay with it. But also make sure they're aware, like, hey, if this goes wrong, you can have a spirit in your house. So yeah. Rule number 6, this is an important one. Never play in a graveyard. Now, or like really like a crime scene where someone's died, like a brutal death. And the reason for that is, well, one, if you play in a graveyard, you should know that there's a lot of dead bodies there. Yeah, and there's a lot of spirits normally in graveyards. So when you do it in a graveyard, like, spirits love to talk. So when they see this, they'll all start coming to the board. And when that happens, pretty much, like, they'll all start getting really excited, or not excited, but they'll all come to the board trying to communicate. It can cause the board to freeze up, and then, or it can cause many to go out. It just gets crazy. Don't play in a graveyard. And my last rule I'm giving you today, rule number 7, is never mention God while playing with the Ouija board. And the reason for that is most of these evil spirits, or just spirits in general, that are communicating through this, they've been shunned away by God. Pretty much, God put them in purgatory for the most part, so don't mention God around them because it gets them upset and angry, and you don't want to anger the spirits because bad things can happen when you anger them. So don't anger the spirits. So don't mention God around this. Alright everyone, so those are my 7 rules on the Ouija board. Now there's like other rules and tips and whatnot. So, yeah, make sure before you use one of these, you know the rules, the tips. Basically just so you do it safely so you don't get possessed or die. But yeah, maybe I can make another video on the tips of the Ouija board, or the origin of the Ouija board, or fun facts on the Ouija board, or stories, or whatever. But, yeah, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button to see when I make more videos. Also, leave a comment down below on what you thought of this video, because I know this is something different than what I normally do. Instead of doing the makeup, I'm just talking. And also tell me what else you want to see me do, if you want to see me do another one on the Ouija board. And also follow my social media links, those are down below. Instagram, Vine, I do have a website, and I have a spot on that website that actually is strictly about the Ouija board. So if you want to go check that out, I'll leave the link down below. But yeah, that's it. So until next time, bye guys!